Name and welcome to London. We are here for the last race weekend of the 9th season of the Formula E. On the DS Switzerland Instagram account, we had you ask me some questions, which I will answer while taking you along those 3 days here in London in the exhibition hall. Before we head to the track walk, I am going to answer this first question, which is, I'm so happy that someone put up this question. Actually, the Gen 1 car, which is the one that you see right behind me, is the one where they had to switch cars because the batteries would not last long enough to do one race. But already with Gen 2 that changed, and Gen 3 now is the most efficient generation of the Formula E race cars that existed so far. First things first, on this Friday morning is the track walk, which is going to be super interesting for me. It is a half indoor, half outdoor track, so let's see how that looks like. There is more indoor this year than there was last year because they built this platform here, which gives more cover from weather and therefore more indoor parts. We did ask our followers to ask questions, and one of the big questions was here in London, which is your favorite corner? What is your favorite part of the track?
My favorite part, I actually like the inside part because it's kind of like sandpaper on the ground, so it's very sticky. It is, you know, the car gives a good feeling on that, and it's very technical. And you know, I like those technical combinations, let's say, where you kind of have to position the car. So yeah, I like that a lot.
Talking about the grip on the track, how is the development of the track here? I mean, you've driven here before, you know it more or less. So it is very grippy in the beginning. I could feel that on a track walk as well. But does that get less throughout the time?
No, I mean, the grip inside kind of stays the same, but there's a big difference between the inside and the outside part. So the outside obviously is kind of a more normal tarmac that we have there, so you can really feel when you're moving from the inside part to the outside part how the car behavior is changing. And then especially, you know, what is challenging around this track is if there's rain or something, the inside is always grippy. It you know, doesn't really get wet, but the outside is very slippery, so it brings some additional challenges.
So when you do the math, there is a slim chance that you could end up on the podium for the championship. Which motivation are you carrying into the last race weekend on that end?
And what brings me motivation is just to finish on a high, and I take every race as, you know, as a race that has to be won, regardless of where you are in the championship. And you know, our goal is to win the championship. I mean, my goal, clearly mathematically it's impossible. Yeah, and frankly, finishing third or second, you know, in 2 years' time, no one will remember who finished second or who finished third. But there is only one position that matters.
Practice 1 is actually on right now, but I want to answer one more question for you guys today on Friday, which is how many teams and drivers are actually competing. It is 11 teams and therefore 22 drivers in this championship this season. We're here, it's Saturday, it's the first race day of this weekend, and free practice this morning unfortunately did not go really as planned. I wonder if they can make some changes for the qualifying, which is going to start soon. One quick question I will answer before the qualifying. The DS Performance team, let's call it like that, is doing the 8th season this year. So they've been here since season 2 of the Formula E. And now let's see how qualifying is actually going to go. Into the duels and ended up on P8 and Jeff on P13. It's probably not what we thought could be possible here on this racetrack, but now we do have the autograph session, which is always a nice thing. Pit walk for fans and friends, so let's go see that. able to go to the grid this time. Absolutely no problem, but now it's time for the race and let's see how that goes. Honestly, I don't know what to say. This race was full of everything. It was full of action, full of accidents, full of happy moments, full of sad moments, full of chaos, full of crazy. It was everything. There is a new champion of the Formula E, it's Jake Dennis. Of course, we congratulate him. For the DS team, it didn't go as planned. Jeff had to stop the race because of a puncture, and Stoffel finished on P14 after 2 red flags. It was crazy. Tomorrow is another chance to just show what this team has got, and I'm looking forward to that. So I will see you tomorrow again for free practice 3. It's the last day here in London, which means it's the last day of season 9, and I am enjoying free practice 3 up here in the DS Penske race suites. For the last time in this season, it's time for qualifying. The results for the last qualifying of this season: Stoffel is on P5, Jeff is on P11, and I want to give you one last answer to your questions. It was about the top speed, which is roughly about 230 kilometers here in London, and I will go ahead and watch the race now. It was raining cats and dogs outside. This is going to be very interesting again. P5 for Stoffel, P22 for Jeff, because he had to change 2 tires during the race, which put him all the way in the back. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of season 9 of the Formula E. It has been my absolute greatest pleasure to take you along for this full season, and I really hope to be back for season 10, which is starting next year in January in Mexico. See you then. Bye, guys.